Hey there, I'm Nicole Ringgold. I wanted to, before jumping into this video today, say thank you so much to Rio Grande. They are going to be sponsoring my YouTube channel by offering $20 off of shipping. The code is my last name, RINGGOLD, and I'll be putting that information in the description of this particular tutorial and moving forward. And the discount code starts today, October 31st. Happy Halloween. And it's going to run for 6 months. Again, that's RIN2GSOLD. Today's tutorial is going to be showing you how to make the skipping stones wrap that I love so much. And it's going to be walking you through drilling holes and soldering the links between each of the rocks using heat sinks to protect the rocks to be sure that they don't explode from the heat. That being said, let's move forward. And as always, don't hesitate to leave comments or questions below, and I'll do my best to answer each and every one of them. Thank you. Bye. This is an example of what my skipping stones wraps look like. I'm going to be talking you through how to drill the stones and put the links in between, but you can adorn it in addition in any way that you desire. I personally collect all of my stones wherever I go, wherever I travel, and then I bring them back and I do tumble them, and the tumbling process takes an entire month. You don't have to tumble, but if you do, this is the tumbler that I use. It's a Tumble rodeo tumbler with this particular barrel, and then you'll also need shot. If you want high polish, you don't want to skip any steps. The instructions are very clear, but basically you're going to go from coarse to medium and all the way down through fine, tumbling your rocks for 1 week each. And then once you're done with tumbling, you'll move on to drilling your stones. To do so, you'll need this 3mm diamond core drill bit. This bit allows you to drill through the stone without puncturing the back side of the stone. You'll need a bowl of water. And then I have a 13-inch tabletop drill press. You definitely don't need anything this hefty. Mine is set to 1000 RPM, and then it just has a simple on and off button. After you've placed the bit inside the drill press, be sure to remove the chuck. I've actually forgotten to remove it once and turned on the machine, and it flew and gave me a nasty bruise on my leg. Place your bit inside the drill press. I've turned it on. And then I have this piece of wood that I put, and it has to sit just beneath the level of the water. I have a pretty little stone that I'm putting on the wood, and I use my fingers to hold it in place. It's 100% submerged beneath the water. Turn on the drill press. Oh, and here you can see I'm holding it just between my two fingers. Turn on the drill press, and then I'm lowering it, and I pump it in, up and down into the stone until it pushes through. There's enough pressure I don't have to hold on to it the entire time. You don't want to push too fast because the outside of the stone might pop. But once it does come through, you want to be sure that each side of your stone, the hole on each side, is nice and clean. Here, I'll show you this again, but with a closer angle. I'm holding the stone with my fingers, submerged completely under the water, taking that 3mm diamond core bit, and firmly, but not too fast, not too much force, drilling through the stone. If your stone gets stuck in the bit, you're going to have to get it out. There's a little hole that you can use a pin to pop it out, or you might just have to kind of tap the bit on the side of something to try to pop that stone out. If you're not able to get it out, then your stone might look like this on the backside, where it explodes outward and it's not a nice clean hole. Once you have enough stones, you're going to use 18 gauge half hard round wire sterling silver. You can wrap it around a pencil or a mandrel of some sort. This is what your coil is going to look like. I used a pencil. You want to be sure that the coil is able to go around each side of the rock on either side of the hole. Use flush cutters to snip all the way through the coil. Some people prefer to saw through the entire thing, but I just use flush cutters. You will take one of the jump rings and open it up using your pliers. Don't pull it apart because that will misshape the circle. Put on one stone and then you'll put on a second stone. And once the two stones are on, you can gently close the jump ring using pliers or your fingers. And then to protect both of the stones, on one side you will hold this jump ring with a third hand, but on the other side you're going to want to add another jump ring. Both the second jump ring, as you'll see, I'm about to do it, and the third hand will act as a heat sink to protect the stone when you are soldering it shut. Put the initial jump ring in your third hand with the part facing upward. So now you can see one is protected by the heatsink and the other is protected by the jump ring. So then I'm going to add flux. This is Mighty Flux that I get also from Rio Grande. There's some easy solder. I'm going to pick solder, so I'm heating the solder, not my pick, picking it up. And then I'm going to it looks like I got a double on this shot. Sorry about that. And then I'm facing my torch upward, away from my stones, heating back and forth across the seam, and then I'm picking my solder to the metal, to the sterling silver. Okay, so I'll walk you through this process again. I'm going to add another jump ring. Actually, I'm going to add another stone, and then I'm going to add another jump ring. This particular one is going to be held by the third hand, and then I'm going to have a third jump ring protecting the stone on the other side. And then I'll put it in the third hand. Make sure that the seam that I'm soldering is facing up, and then I'll flux it. As I'm pick soldering, my torch the heat is facing upward. I'm not pointing it down at the rocks, it's pointing upward, and then there goes the solder into the seam. And from here you can continue to adorn your skipping stones wrap in any way that you choose, but that's the idea. I hope you enjoyed, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to leave a comment or questions below. Thank you! And thank you once again to Rio Grande for your support. We all appreciate you.